Hey there, paper geeks and glitter nerds, it's another Crazy Geek Crafter, and this is the first of the 4 last pieces for the Haunted House series. That will make the entire series 17 videos long. Now, this was compiled from the lives I made where I finished my haunted house. It seemed to be the best way to get things moving. So that's why there will be some gestures and some things that don't make sense, because this was recorded while I was live. And here I'm just doing an introduction to what I have in my haunted house box of things I think I'm gonna need, things I want to use, things I might find helpful, and the pieces that I have done so far. Since it's been over a year since the last installment of this series, I figured it was a good start to just introduce where we were at and what these different things were going to be used for. Like here, these decorative stones were supposed to be for etching the driveway and the path. And that stick I was showing, that was to illustrate that I actually wanted a tree in this yard somewhere, so I could hang a ghost from it, because I wanted this to be a haunted house. First, I have to finish a few things. There are some windows that I haven't finished in the top here and in the basement. So first putting on some vellum from the inside, and then I'll need to cut window frames, because I already know I won't be able to find the ones I cut once upon a time. So I'm gonna have to cut some new ones, which means have to find the bigz die that makes the windows for the Manor house. Yeah, it's been a long process, and I'm happy that I'm finished. It's not everything I wanted it to be, but it's done, and I will improve on the next one and the next one. It's just I haven't been able to do another house until I finish this one. I have a problem with unfinished projects. I feel like I can't start a new one until I finish this one. In this case, this one. Here I'm putting in the vellum for the windows in the basement. There are luckily only 2 of them, only on this front side of the house, or the entrance side if you prefer. So, whereas there are 1 on each side on the towers. Yeah. And I figured after I put in the first one, that it was easier to fold the bottom to have something to hold on to when I was trying to put it inside there. But it's hold up quite nicely. It's been holding up quite nicely, I should say. I enjoyed it during Halloween, turning it on and just enjoying my handiwork. So here are the stones. And we're still on 13. I did cut out a lot of the things that isn't necessary for you people who are watching the, so to speak, mashup of all of this to know. There are some live related things that I talked about during my lives, because I was trying to figure out when was the best time to actually have a live. And I think I've landed on a good spot now with Wednesdays at 4:30, local time, that is, in the afternoon. It fits me best. It's when I have more energy than the evenings. I was doing these after dinner, and I was having trouble staying awake, actually. It seems that once I've had my dinner, all mental capacity goes down quite a bit. As I said, I was going to need this bigz die to cut out the windows, and there will also need to be acetate on them. So that's the next part of this project. with the windows all done, I am moving forward with the project. And for now, that means... And I've forgotten what it is. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna make the tree. Yes, that was a labor of... well, it was not love. Let's just say it that way. Yeah. I was gonna make the base... What was it? The skeleton of it out of paper. Or I did do that. But, yeah, it evolved and... yeah, oh, sorry. Just, it's a bit comical. My first thought was I was gonna paper mache it like I did the house. That's why I'm making a paper frame for it. But after, I can do this without spoiling much. After paper macheing the trunk, I was uncertain whether I could actually get the branches right in the paper mache way. And yeah, it didn't work out. Not to my satisfaction. So I tried a different route and then came back to the paper mache, and yeah, back and forth. This tree was... It's the primary reason why it took so long to finish this, but in the end, I do like it. And the last few steps were a bit rushed, and maybe I'll pull this out next Halloween and redo it. Some of the things that I am not completely happy with, but for now I'm calling it finished. But I'm trying not to spoil the next video. Like I said, these are the 4 last ones, and they'll be coming up on the same day, so don't worry. They'll be published 15 minutes apart. That way they'll be in the right order in my feed. I'm a bit prickly about those things. I need things to be easy to get at for the viewer and for me. So, but yeah, I am building a tree out of paper. So enjoy. I put a toothpick in the bottom of the tree to make it easier to attach it later. And now I want to stabilize my construction with paper mache. I'm using napkins, that's the word, and watered down glue for that. And I'm just gonna do the trunk for now because the pieces are very loose. And I was hoping this would give it the necessary stability for me to work with it. But paper macheing takes time, especially on an object like this where there are a lot of parts, and you have to always have something you can hold on to that is not affected by the paper mache, because it'll stick to your fingers when you're doing it with napkins like I am. If you're doing it with the old newspapers, they don't tend as sorry, let's start that one over. They don't tend to stick to your fingers in the same way as this thin tissue. And I think it's the same if you use actual tissue paper, that you will yeah, Jana had to check out my tree. She's so curious. I think right now she is relaxing at her dad's. He has a very big armchair for his computer, and she lies beside his one leg up the side. It is very cute. So she likes to sleep there, and she knows if he leaves. But yeah, I'm going to start out with the trunk to try and get this skeleton stabilized. I wanted my house to light up, and yeah, I needed to know how I was gonna do the lights, because I wanted light all the way up in the tower and all the way in the basement, and I wanted it to have different colors. So I at this point tried to decide and plan out how I was going to use one string of lights to get all the way around the house, basically. And I left this in, and not that I followed the plan, because I don't know, I think I lose it at some point in the process, the plan here. But the washi tape is still on the lights when we get, sorry about that, when we get further down the line. So that's why I left this in. It does help me somewhat to have them grouped already. It does make the process a bit easier. And that was the first part of the end of the haunted house. Let's jump on over to the next one, shall we?